Have you ever found yourself reaching for a bowl of nuts, maybe while watching a favorite show or during a quiet moment with your morning tea, thinking, well, this has to be a healthier choice, right? You're not wrong to think that. Nuts have long been praised as nature's little nutrition bombs. But here's the twist. Not all nuts are created equal. Some are true heroes for your heart, your brain, and even your skin. Others, though, they may quietly be working against your health goals without you even knowing it. Especially for those of us in the later chapters of life, what we snack on matters more than ever. Our bodies become more sensitive to fats, blood sugar changes, inflammation, and yes, even certain naturally occurring toxins. That's why in today's video, we're diving deep into something deceptively simple: the nuts you should be eating, and the ones you might want to avoid. Just this one change, being more mindful about which nuts you bring into your diet, could have a ripple effect on your energy, your focus, your digestion, and even how well you sleep at night. So go ahead and settle in. Whether you're in your 60s, 70s, 80s, or beyond, this is for you. You deserve to feel strong, clear-headed, and vibrant every day. And if you find these tips helpful, give this video a like and consider subscribing so we can keep bringing you real, practical advice that honors your journey. Ready? Let's get started. Let's begin with a nut that's probably already sitting in your kitchen, but you might not realize just how powerful it really is. Almonds. If there's a nut that deserves the title everyday superhero, it's this one. Almonds are more than just a crunchy topping for your oatmeal. They are packed with what I like to call age-defying nutrients. Heart-healthy monounsaturated fats? Check. Magnesium to soothe your blood pressure and keep your muscles calm? Absolutely. And let's not forget vitamin E, the antioxidant that acts like a gentle shield for your skin and your cells. But here's where almonds really shine for older adults. Our cholesterol tends to creep up with age. LDL, the bad cholesterol, can become more of a concern as arteries stiffen. Almonds help reduce LDL while boosting HDL, the good kind that acts like a cleanup crew for your blood vessels. Just a handful a day, about 23 almonds, can nudge your numbers in the right direction, not by magic, but by steady, science-backed nutrition. And the benefits don't stop there. That magnesium we mentioned? It's not just some bonus mineral, it's essential. Many seniors are quietly deficient, leading to muscle cramps, fatigue, or even irregular heartbeats. Adding almonds to your daily routine, maybe chopped into a Greek yogurt bowl or lightly roasted with a pinch of sea salt, gives your body a natural, gentle lift. But let's be honest, it's easy to go overboard. Almonds are calorie-dense, around 160 to 170 calories per ounce, so moderation is key. And those flavored versions? The ones coated in chocolate, honey, or yogurt. They often come with added sugars and oils that turn this hero nut into more of a dessert. Keep it simple. Raw or dry roasted almonds give you the purest benefits. Now, if almonds are the quiet guardian of your heart and muscles, then the next nut we're about to talk about is your brain's best friend. You may have guessed it. Walnuts. There's something poetic about the way a walnut looks, curled and folded, almost like a tiny human brain. And as it turns out, nature really does know what it's doing. Walnuts are rich in alpha-linoleic acid, or ALA, a plant-based omega-3 that's been shown to calm inflammation and support long-term brain health. Inflammation is something we don't always feel, but it's often simmering under the surface. Over time, that low-grade inflammation can impair memory, dull our thinking, and contribute to conditions like Alzheimer's. Walnuts step in like a quiet warrior. Their omega-3s and polyphenol antioxidants help soothe that internal fire, keeping your brain sharper and more resilient. But the beauty of walnuts doesn't stop with memory. There's emerging research that shows walnuts may help improve insulin sensitivity, a key factor for anyone managing prediabetes or type 2 diabetes. Their unique mix of healthy fats, fiber, and protein slows digestion, which helps prevent those blood sugar spikes that can leave you drained and irritable. Now, let's talk about taste. Walnuts can be slightly bitter for some people. That's due to natural tannins in their skin. If you've ever found them too strong or dry, try this. Lightly roast them at home, or soak them in water for a few hours, then dry them gently. This softens their flavor and brings out a natural buttery sweetness. Just like almonds, walnuts pack a lot into a small space. About 14 walnut halves, a single ounce, is enough to enjoy the benefits without tipping the scale. And remember, they're high in oil content, so store them in a cool, dry place. Better yet, keep them in the fridge or freezer to preserve their freshness. Nothing ruins a good nut like rancidity. So we've covered almonds for your heart and skin, and walnuts for your brain and blood sugar. But what about when you're looking to manage your weight without feeling deprived? That brings us to one of the most surprising allies in the nut family, pistachios. At first glance, pistachios might seem like a treat. Bright green, often sold in cheerful little shells. But these tiny treasures are strategic tools for weight management and satisfaction. Why? Because pistachios offer what many snacks don't, a mix of healthy fats, protein, and fiber, all in a lower calorie package. Here's a fun fact. You get around 49 pistachios in a single ounce. Compare that to just 14 walnut halves or 23 almonds, and you're getting more bites for fewer calories. But the real magic lies in how you eat them. When you shell pistachios by hand, it slows down your eating. That pause, shell by shell, gives your brain time to register fullness, helping you avoid overeating without even realizing it. But they're not just about smart snacking. Pistachios are rich in lutein and zeaxanthin, two powerful antioxidants that help protect your eyes from age-related damage. If you're worried about macular degeneration or spending a lot of time in front of screens, these antioxidants act like sunglasses for your retina, filtering harmful blue light and supporting clear vision. And just like the other nuts we've talked about, pistachios support heart health too. Their monounsaturated fats help balance cholesterol, and their antioxidant content fights inflammation at the cellular level. Still, a word of caution. Watch out for flavored or salted pistachios. Many store-bought versions are loaded with sodium or coated in spicy powders and artificial flavorings. Stick with plain, unsalted varieties and store them in a cool, dry place to preserve their crunch and color. So far, we've talked about 3 nuts you want to have in your daily rotation: almonds, walnuts, and pistachios. Each one brings a specific set of benefits tailored to the needs of older adults, from heart health to sharper thinking to steady energy. But there's one more nut I want to share in this part, a quiet but powerful player, especially if you're concerned about your thyroid, your immune system, or fatigue that just won't go away. And that's exactly where we'll go next. Now let's talk about a nut that rarely gets the spotlight, but deserves a place of honor in your pantry, especially if you're concerned about thyroid health, energy levels, or that lingering fog that makes mornings feel heavier than they should. I'm talking about the Brazil nut, a true hidden gem. At first glance, Brazil nuts might not look like much. They're large, pale, and a bit waxy, nothing like the colorful pistachio or the elegant almond. But inside that humble shell lies a mineral that could be a game changer for your metabolism: selenium. Selenium is a trace mineral, meaning your body only needs a small amount, but that tiny amount does a tremendous job. It plays a vital role in supporting the thyroid gland, which governs everything from your body temperature and energy levels to how fast your body burns calories. As we age, our thyroid naturally slows down. Even minor imbalances can lead to fatigue, weight changes, or difficulty concentrating. That's where Brazil nuts come in. Just 1 or 2 Brazil nuts a day can meet your entire daily selenium requirement. Yes, just 1 or 2. They're that potent. And it's not just your thyroid that benefits. Selenium is also a powerful antioxidant, helping to tame the chronic inflammation that underlies many age-related conditions, from heart disease to cognitive decline. It even supports immune function, helping your body stay resilient against colds, infections, and stress. But here's the catch, and it's an important one. Too much selenium can be harmful. This isn't a more is better situation. Eating a whole handful of Brazil nuts regularly could lead to selenium toxicity, a condition that can affect your hair, nails, digestive system, and even your nervous system. So think of Brazil nuts like a natural supplement, not a snack food. Treat them with respect, and they'll reward you with long-term wellness. Try blending one into your morning smoothie, chopping it into your oatmeal with some berries, or pairing it with a few almonds or walnuts for a balanced boost. That way, you reap all the benefits without tipping into excess. So far, we've explored the 4 nuts to eat: almonds, walnuts, pistachios, and Brazil nuts, each one bringing its own unique strength to support your body as it changes with age. But as with everything in nutrition, knowing what to add is only half the story. It's just as important to know what to cut back on, or avoid altogether. Because while all nuts might seem healthy at a glance, some can bring unexpected downsides, especially for older adults. Let's explore 4 nuts you may want to think twice about before tossing into your trail mix. 1. Macadamia nuts. The sneaky calorie bomb. Let's begin with the most luxurious nut on the list: macadamia nuts. Rich, buttery, and often found in cookies or fancy snack mixes, these nuts are indulgent for a reason. They are high in fat and calories, more than most other nuts. Just 1 ounce, around 10 to 12 macadamias, contains over 200 calories and 21 grams of fat. Now, not all fat is bad. Much of it is monounsaturated, which supports heart health. But the problem is portion control. Because macadamias are soft and melt in your mouth, they're incredibly easy to overeat. You may not feel full, even after several handfuls. And for anyone managing weight, cholesterol, or blood sugar, that can spell trouble fast. To make things worse, commercial macadamia nuts are often flavored, honey roasted, salted, or even dipped in chocolate, turning them into more of a dessert than a healthy snack. If you truly enjoy their taste, it's okay to enjoy them sparingly. Choose dry roasted or raw versions, measure out a small portion, and consider adding just a few chopped pieces to a meal, like a quinoa salad or grilled vegetables, rather than snacking straight from the bag. 2. Peanuts. The allergen with a hidden dark side. Next, we come to a classic American staple: peanuts. Whether it's peanut butter on toast or roasted peanuts at a ball game, they're deeply embedded in our culture. But peanuts are a bit of a wild card in the nut world, and here's why. First of all, peanuts aren't technically nuts at all. They're legumes, like beans or lentils. That may not sound like a big deal, but for people with food sensitivities, it's important. Some individuals with tree nut allergies can eat peanuts safely, while others react to both. It's a gray area that can pose real risks. Even more concerning is their susceptibility to aflatoxins, a toxic compound produced by certain molds that grow on peanuts during harvest or storage. Aflatoxins have been linked to liver damage and a higher risk of liver cancer, particularly in products from poorly regulated sources. While the FDA monitors levels in the US, it's still something to be aware of, especially if you buy peanuts in bulk or from international suppliers. Finally, many peanut products are highly processed. Look at most peanut butter jars in the grocery store. They're often filled with hydrogenated oils, added sugars, and sodium. That healthy spoonful suddenly becomes a concoction of artery-clogging ingredients. If you love peanuts, the best approach is natural peanut butter, made with nothing but peanuts and maybe a pinch of salt. And even then, keep portions small, store them properly, and don't rely on them as a daily go-to. 3. Pine nuts. Delicate, pricey, and occasionally problematic. Now, let's talk about pine nuts. Those tiny seeds often sprinkled on gourmet dishes or blended into pesto. While they have a lovely buttery flavor, pine nuts come with a few surprising drawbacks. First, they're extremely perishable. Their high oil content means they spoil quickly, And when they go rancid, they don't just taste bad. They can cause digestive upset and even lead to what's called pine mouth syndrome. Yes, that's a real thing. It's a temporary condition where everything you eat tastes bitter or metallic, sometimes for days or weeks after consuming spoiled pine nuts. Second, pine nuts are low in protein and fiber compared to other nuts, meaning they won't keep you full for long. And with their premium price tag, they offer fewer nutrients for your dollar. That doesn't mean you can't enjoy them, but think of them as a garnish, not a snack. Keep them refrigerated, buy them in small quantities, and if you ever experience lingering taste changes after eating them, it's time to toss the batch. 4. Chestnuts. Sweet but nutritionally shallow. Finally, we come to the most surprising nut on the list: chestnuts. Often associated with holidays and warm winter markets, chestnuts are delightful in flavor, but nutritionally, they're more like a starchy vegetable than a typical nut. While most nuts are rich in protein and healthy fats, chestnuts are mostly carbohydrates. In fact, 80% of their calories come from starch, not fat. That means they offer little satiety, don't support heart health like almonds or walnuts, and can raise blood sugar levels quickly, something especially important to consider for those managing diabetes or insulin resistance. They do contain a small amount of vitamin C and are naturally gluten-free, which makes them useful in certain recipes. But they're not ideal for snacking or nutrition-focused eating. Enjoy them as an occasional treat during the holidays, but don't lean on them as a daily source of energy or wellness. To wrap it up, let's bring it all together. When it comes to nuts, the right choices can empower your health, offering benefits that touch your heart, mind, metabolism, and beyond. Almonds, walnuts, pistachios, and Brazil nuts are nutrient-rich allies, each one bringing a distinct, valuable advantage to the table. But macadamia nuts, peanuts, pine nuts, and chestnuts, while not bad in small doses, require a little extra caution, especially if you're aiming for steady energy, weight control, or healthy aging. So what change will you make? Will you swap your peanut butter for a spoon of almond butter? Start each morning with a single Brazil nut? Or simply become more mindful of what's in your trail mix? Whatever your next step is, remember, you have the power to nourish your body one choice at a time. If you found this video helpful, please like, share, and subscribe. And tell us in the comments, which nut will you be adding or avoiding starting today? Until next time, stay healthy, stay informed, and keep those nuts in check. Let's take a moment and reflect. You came into this video probably thinking, nuts are healthy, right? And in many ways, they are. But now you know, the truth is a little more nuanced. Some nuts can act like powerful medicine for your heart, brain, metabolism, and even your thyroid, while others, despite their popularity or pleasing flavor, can quietly chip away at your wellness goals. Think about it like this. Every small choice you make adds up. A handful of almonds instead of macadamias, one Brazil nut in the morning instead of a scoop of heavily processed peanut butter, swapping pine nuts for sunflower seeds, or pairing chestnuts with protein instead of eating them alone. These aren't drastic changes, but over time, they can mean better sleep, more energy, sharper focus, and greater resilience as the years go by. And that's really what it's all about. Living well with age, not just getting older, but growing stronger, wiser, and more vibrant each day. At this stage of life, you've earned the right to feel your best. Your choices should work for you, not against you. And food is one of the simplest, most powerful tools you have, available to you every day, in every kitchen, with every bite. So as you open your pantry or head to the grocery store this week, remember, almonds for your heart, walnuts for your brain, pistachios for weight control and eye health, Brazil nuts for your thyroid and immune system. And as for the others, be mindful of macadamias, high in calories, easy to overeat. Watch out for peanuts, with allergens, aflatoxins, and processed additives. Use pine nuts sparingly. They're delicate and pricey, with some strange side effects. Enjoy chestnuts in season, but know they're more starch than strength. This isn't about perfection. It's about awareness, empowerment, and making your health a priority, one step at a time. If this video helped you, let me know by commenting below. What's one changes you're going to make starting today? Is it adding a walnut to your oatmeal, swapping your snack stash, or just paying closer attention to labels? Type it in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. And if you haven't already, please hit that like button to let me know this helped. Subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss a video. Your support allows me to continue sharing these insights with people like you, those who want to age with strength, grace, and confidence. Until next time, I'm wishing your health, happiness, and a life filled with smart choices and smart snacks. Take care, and don't forget, keep those nuts in check.